Hello. I hope you're all doing well. And if not, I at least hope that your night improves. Oh, I'm sorry you're tired. But I'm glad you're at least doing well, though. Yeah, I saw you mention that in Morgan's chat last night. Sorry I couldn't make it to that stream. But I'm glad that you were able to do that, though. Hey. Progress is progress, no matter how small. You still did it, okay? You still did it. Okay. So tonight, we'll be using the Tarot of the Divine, or, jeez, cannot talk today, I guess. Now when can I ever? We're going to be using the Tarot of the Divine, the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle again, and we're pulling out the big guns tonight, and we're going to be using the Empyrean. So, because it's been far too long, and it's been far too long since I've used it, and I felt that one calling to me quite a few times when I've done readings for myself, and so I figured, well, if I'm gonna be roasted, let's just do it on stream, so yeah, we can all be roasted in solidarity. That's good, Bree. Like I said, progress is still progress, no matter how small. You still took the first step towards doing that again, and that's all that matters. Eventually you'll be able to go do that more often whenever you feel like it. You don't always have to rush into things, and that's okay. No, you didn't miss anything. Okay. A moment, let me take a sip of my tea here. Okay. So, the only thing you really missed is talking about what decks we'll be using. And saying that we'll be using the Empyrean tonight, as you can see here. Well, not the big guns, we're gonna be using the Empyrean. Because that one's been calling to me for a while anyway, so I figured if I'm gonna be roasted, why not get roasted on stream for, you know, solidarity. So I've been roasted quite a lot lately anyway, so it's not like it's going to be much different. Thank you, sir. He's gotta be sassy. Pretty much, but hey, I mean, you know who one of the, yeah. You know who one of them is, so that's kind of his deal. Ugh. Okay. As ready as I'm ever gonna be for this. Let's go. Let's see what messages we got. I'm expecting more roasting. Watch. Now that I've pulled out the Empyrean, it's just going to be actually, like, nice. Watch. Just watch. There's not gonna be any sass. Okay. What message do we need to hear today? Oop. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna get a little bit lovingly roasted. Just lightly. Oof. Ooh. Why? They're flying. They're flying. Apparently. And yes, I know. I know we need to hear this message. I do. Adam does. I'm sure you probably do. So we got Six of Swords, the Magician, the Hierophant, and Ace of Swords. So, essentially, whatever it is that you're currently stuck on right now, whatever it is that you feel like you're not making any progress on right now, whatever it is that you're working on moving past, moving on from, continue doing that, okay? Continue doing that. Continue doing that. And also, believe in yourself here, okay? You have what it takes. Yes, it's important to learn from the mistakes of your past. You can't change the past, you can only look forward to the future, okay? Don't focus on the past. Don't get stuck in the past. Take what you've learned from those mistakes you made. And move forward, okay? Move forward. Also, here, with the Hierophant, I'm also kind of getting a bit of a sense of connecting. So I know specifically what that message is for me. Essentially that one's specifically what I've been dealing with lately is, I've just kind of been getting in my own way. and not really being too confident in myself, even though that's pretty much what I've been told multiple times, is that I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing this, and what I do here matters. I'm here to help lead people, guide them back on their path, and help support them as they traverse it, essentially. Which is what that card is for me. It's about leadership. Specifically, though, what I get out of it is lead by example. Lead with your best foot forward. Lead with compassion. That's what it takes to be a good leader. And that's how you create change within yourself and within others. Okay? Bree, you're not problematic, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. You are not problematic. This has come up for you in a reading before. I talked about it the other night, I believe, actually, on Tuesday, about the reading that you got in the past, about how it's not entirely your fault, okay? You were acting out of defensiveness because you were backed into a corner. You were not the only one at fault, okay? You were not the only one at fault. It doesn't make you a monster. Do you need to hold yourself accountable? Slightly? Yes. But that doesn't mean tear yourself down. Tearing yourself down and not being compassionate to yourself and being hard on yourself is how you end up making those same mistakes again. And that's okay. You're aware of it, you're doing your best to be better. And that's what matters, okay? Horrible people aren't concerned with change, with bettering themselves, with how what they do or say affects others. They're not concerned with the harm they do to others, okay? You are not a horrible person. Don't talk to yourself like one, and don't treat yourself like one. That goes for everyone else, by the way. Mistakes happen. It's kind of a part of the learning process, and it's a part of life. No one is perfect. Perfection is an unattainable standard. Especially moral perfection, okay? No one is perfect. Perfect is an unattainable standard. Don't aim to be perfect. Aim to be better and try your best. That is what matters. Over time, it'll get easier. Will you still slip up occasionally? Sure. And that's okay. In those moments, just hold yourself accountable. Apologize and do what you can to address it. And continue moving forward again. Don't get too stuck in it. Okay, let's see what we got here from the Beltane deck. Ooh. This one again. I've gotten this one a lot too. Yes, yes, I know, sir. I know. Fuck off. Oh, this is the one that we haven't gotten yet on stream, but this is one that I get a lot personally lately every time I do a fucking reading. I also realized I did not do a reading for myself today, so there might be a little extra sass. Oh, whoops. Okay, this might be all that they want to add. So, give it one more shuffle and see what happens. Oh, this one again. This one again. This one again. Why? Okay, well, we got first one, which I've gotten far too much lately, Primal. And then we got Maiden again. Why? Yeah. Don't give in. I know what the message of that one is. It also goes in line with the Hierophant. Don't give in to fucking social conformity. And Green Man. In the sense that you're not going to... That being in the sense that you're not going to please everyone, so stop trying to operate on that principle. Okay? I know what that one's trying to say there. With the presence of the Hierophant. Maiden and the Hierophant definitely... Yeah, they're definitely going together there. But anyway. Let's see what Primal says. As if I don't already know that one. Okay. Primal. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. The keyword here is acceptance. There is a primal force flowing through each of us. You feel it when your tummy rumbles and you feel the urge to eat. Or when sexual desires overcome you while sharing a kiss with your beloved. These urges guide you to seek shelter when it rains, to cover up when you are cold, and to run when you are afraid. And while these urges are seen as being necessary for survival, other urges, such as honoring your wild, uninhibited self and raw nature, are not always welcome in modern society. However, they are equally essential to living. The Primal card is here to challenge you to let go of who you think you're supposed to be, so you can become who you really are. If you have felt confused, stagnant, or lacking in motivation, or have a general sense you are going nowhere, it may be because you are trying to follow a path that isn't truly meant for you. Consider whether you are living to please others, doing what is expected of you rather than what brings you joy and fulfillment. Alternatively, if you find that you are in alignment with your current goals, Consider whether you have been trying to emulate others rather than expressing your true self. You may have similar goals as another person, but you do not have to go about achieving them in the same ways. Trust that who you are is more than enough without having to change your core nature to adapt or fit in. So, that and Primal and Maiden are definitely very much going in with the Hierophant. You're not going to please everyone. Don't let other people's expectations of you influence what you do. Yeah. So, this is essentially a bit of a variation on last night. Do things for you. Don't do things because of the expectations that other people place on you. Don't live under the notion of trying to please everyone, because that's impossible. But also, while obviously you should be compassionate to others, what matters is that you're doing what you want to. You're living your life in the way that you want to, following your own path, not what someone else tells you to do. Also, don't compare yourself to others. There's also that message in the Primal card as well. Do not compare yourself to others. Oh! What did I just fucking say? Thank you, affirmation bot. Also, thank you, Brie. Okay. Maiden. Demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. Keyword here is reclaim. Let's take back the power of the maiden. In many ancient cultures, maidens were considered to be divine manifestations on Earth. Many oracles were left sexually pure, but were also considered to be powerful beings who had direct channels to the gods. Over the years, maidens have been reduced to being people who need to be saved or supported by stronger, more masculine beings. But we say a maiden is someone who is on the cusp of embracing her freedom and is ready to enter the world as the sacred being she is. Maiden brings you an invitation to stand at the gates of your increasing power. You are guided to reclaim your inner warrior, your divine feminine energy, and your primal force of creativity. Perhaps you are afraid of how powerful you truly are. You can feel it in your bones, but worry it will spin out of control. Or maybe you were taught to reduce your power so as not to scare others away. There are many prisons placed on wild women by those who are afraid to embrace the strength of a woman unleashed. But to reduce this strength within you is to dampen your soul's purpose in this lifetime. Within this force lies all you need to make your dreams a reality. Hello, I'm sorry, queue's not open yet, but it will be shortly. Just doing collectives really quick. And card companions. Maiden is of special importance if Chant, Primal, Indulgence, or Goddess are also within your reading, as these cards are powerful feminine energy that will guide you to embrace your truth and worth. Primal's right there. And we did get, like, Chant, and I also believe Goddess yesterday. So... And Green Man. I actually have never gotten this one before, so it's interesting that this one popped out. Green Man. All that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Keyword here is abundance. Everything the Green Man touches turns to gold. Or rather green, that is. He is the ultimate expression of abundance, and more specifically, an abundant mindset. When the Green Man invites you to his earthly lair, it is to infuse you with the spirit of wealth. Money will flow to you with ease. Opportunities will suddenly come knocking, where you will find the fulfillment of a goal is just within reach. This is also a sign that you are on the right path, and what you're doing now is working, so keep at it. Oof. Thank you. These are actually much less sassy than they were yesterday and the day before. They're actually very, loving today. This card shows that you are living life and enjoying all of the fruits of your labor. You feel more confident and sure of yourself, and other people have taken notice of this and seek your advice, knowing you have much to share. The Green Man is also a giver and provider of wealth. Be generous with your abundance, both financially and spiritually. Share your knowledge and invite others to partake in your good fortune. Okay. So, essentially, trust that more abundance is coming to you, okay? Good. And also, as this card says here, this is also a sign that you are on the right path and what you're doing now is working, so keep at it. So again, don't be so hard on yourself. You're going the right way. You're doing the right things. You're making good progress. Just keep at it. Okay. Now let's see what the Empyrean wants to add here. Okay, we have 3 here, actually. We have Endure, Death. This is one of my favorite cards. It's so pretty. And Magic. Okay. Let's see. Endure. Keep going. Like a desert road that stretches on for miles. It may not seem like there's an ending in sight, but trust that there is. To endure is to take the next breath, to willingly turn the other cheek, to resolutely accept. It's not about giving in, it's about getting back up each time, knowing it will happen again. We get stronger each time we stand. We are enduring this battle knowing that we will win the next one. Like a warrior in training, whose body is being put through brutal adversity, so that they will be prepared. It's not glamorous, but there is magic in simply getting through. Of moving towards the sun but not feeling its heat yet. Our ancestors all had to journey, to traverse the harsh landscapes that sprawled on endlessly, uncertain if their lifelines would be severed too soon. But they still endured. That same strength flows through your veins. Let it rise within you, and when you doubt it, think of them and keep going. So, obviously, the theme of this one is to just keep pushing through, okay? But there's also the line here, a couple lines here that also stand out to me. It's not about giving in, it's about getting back up each time, knowing it will happen again. We get stronger each time we stand. We are enduring this battle, knowing that we will win the next one. Again, it's okay if you make more mistakes along this path. It's okay if you relapse a little bit, regress a little bit, and move back into older mindsets. The important thing is to not give up. Get up, try again, and keep going, okay? Mistakes happen. That is okay. Also, hello. I'm sorry, but Q is not open yet. I'm currently doing collectives. Q will be open very shortly, though, if you wish to stay around. Okay, death. When we become Death's lover, we receive the gift of transformation every day. We learn to climb into the hollows within us, to listen to the wounds that have spent years shouting into the wind. We can lay down and let ourselves feel, sending our fears out in body bags, taking a hatchet to the false roots that have been holding us back. Death asks you to get comfortable letting go. We create so much resistance around this process because we are afraid of change. We don't want to let go of these pieces within us. These stories we tell ourselves, these patterns that keep us safe. Understand that there will always be waxing and waning, grief and acceptance. Try to live in each feeling while also appreciating them as being fleeting. The more dedicated we are to our healing, the easier it gets. We acclimate to the constancy of change, the ever-unfolding nature of truth, continually becoming clearer with each death. I very much like the message of that one. That in the process of letting go, in this process of healing, essentially the more you practice, the easier it gets, which is something I mentioned earlier, actually. It takes practice. That's why it's important not to give up. Just trust that that progress is still there. And magic. Our magical practice, whatever it may be, is alive. It is a growing thing. It blooms and sheds right along with us, but the most powerful thing we can do is let it be our own. Teachings and study are crucial. We must be respectful of tradition and those that have come before. That being said, what works for others may not work for us, and our magic is far more powerful when we aren't trying to be something that isn't authentic to us. You may not be someone who is called to elemental magic, but you see it everywhere, in books, courses, and on social channels. This exposure may lead you to believe that you have to practice the way everyone else does. But your gift may be in song. Reclamation is a big part of magic, reclaiming what is truly yours, that which lives deep within your bones. Let yourself get tuned to the key of your magic, and trust the more you allow and let go, the more it shows up. That very much goes in line with the message of not comparing yourself to others. What works for others may not work for you. What's important is that you find what does work for you, and you follow that path. It may not be the same as everyone else's, and that's okay. It's yours. It works, and that's what matters. Okay. Yes, I very, very much understand that one, Bree. It definitely is very difficult. That is something that I'm still trying to do myself in various aspects. But, it's definitely difficult some days. I just try to remind myself that it's important, that what matters is that I'm doing things for myself, that I'm doing the things that make me happy. And that there's nothing wrong in that. I'm sorry, queue still isn't open. It'll be open shortly, though. Yeah. We'll do one more collective here. What do those who might be watching need to hear today? I'm currently doing collectives. Queue's not open yet. The Emperor, King of Coins, Judgment, Eight of Swords, and Five of Wands. So, the Five of Wands and Eight of Swords here together are telling me that you're probably fighting with yourself a little bit. You're letting these self-limiting beliefs kind of get in your way and preventing you from making the progress that you want to here. You're on the edge of it. On the edge of it. But you're getting in your way with these self-limiting beliefs and this constant fighting with yourself, this conflict with yourself. Essentially, you just need to trust that what you seek is possible with the King of Coins here. The goals you're working towards, the things you're working towards are close. You just need to keep pushing through. Just keep taking that action. Keep taking that action. Keep trusting that you have what it takes to achieve these goals. You have what it takes. To the best of your abilities, keep trying to release these self-limiting beliefs. And release the ways in which you're holding yourself back. Let's see. What the Beltane Oracle deck wants to add. Same also applies if it's involving conflict with others, by the way, too. Okay, two cards here. We got Growth and Morning Dew. Very interesting. Growth. Inside myself I've sown beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality in the expansive eternal song, softly bellowing in spirit. Keyword here is expansion. In ancient times, Beltane would have been considered to be the start of summer, the season of action, abundance, and energy. The universe will present you with opportunities in such a period of growth, but you must be willing to meet opportunity with commitment and passion. Make those calls. Start researching and be ready to make your pitch when you're put on the spot. Your dreams are out there for the taking, but you must be willing to do the work to see them grow. You've pulled growth to remind you that success lies outside of your comfort zone. Ow! Hey! The call out. You have pulled growth to remind you that success lies outside of your comfort zone. This card is challenging you to reach for things that are much bigger than you'd normally go for. Don't worry about the outcome, but instead focus on what you can do today to be one step closer to the goal line. Just as farmers have to do heavy lifting during spring pulling weeds, fertilizing crops, and monitoring growth, you will also need to expend energy to reap your harvest later down the road. Pulling growth together with bee or hand fastings is a sign that your path to success will involve the help of many others along your journey. Consider the help of a mentor or develop new skills to expand your knowledge and abilities. Yes. Exactly. It may take action and acting on those desires to go achieve your goals, but your goals are possible. Just keep doing what you can. Exactly, Brie. I know that's definitely what it's challenging me to do too, currently. It's just like, hey, stop with the self-doubt. Get that shit fucking out of here, okay? Keep doing this. There is also a little visualization here that's included with this card. I'll post this one to a Discord later. But I'll go ahead and read it. Upon waking in the morning, close your eyes and visualize a small plant, such as your favorite herb, flower, or tree. Notice its shape and color, how many leaves it has, and its height and width. Visualize giving your plant some water and sunlight for a few moments. Then open your eyes and return to your day. Every morning for the next 20 days, close your eyes and visualize your plant. Take notice of its growth each morning. Visualize it getting bigger and wider with each passing day. Once again, visualize feeding your plant with water and sun, then thank it for creating such hardy expansion within your soul. On the 21st day, visualize your plant once more, but this time, harvest its growth. Visualize picking its flowers or cutting leaves, all the while thanking it for supporting you in the growth of your goals. Repeat this practice whenever you wish to see more physical growth in your daily life. It's actually really cute. I like that one. Okay, and then we got Morning Dew. What stillness does the silence of one's steadiness bring? Keyword here is stillness. Take a pause, dear one, for right now is not the time for action. There is plenty moving around you that is causing you to feel unrooted and lacking in direction. When this happens, it is because you are still in the transition stage. There's often a desire to skip past the dirt. Cannot talk. The dark, murky parts of the journey, but there is value in the moments when nothing seems clear. There is more to learn, embrace, or consider before making any future plans. Attempting to force any changes now will only result in more frustration, and perhaps you may end up going backwards. Yup. You will know when the time is right to move ahead, because clarity and sureness will return to you. Rather than focusing on the future, turn your gaze to what is immediately in front of you. Now is a good time to detox either in your home or in other areas of your life. Clearing out whatever is no longer useful to you will stimulate additional shifts and make room for what is yet to come. So, yes, it's necessary to take action, and it's telling you to keep chasing your goals and your dreams here. But also, this comes with the warning to not rush things. Don't push yourself too hard, because that's going to be detrimental. Do things when you feel like it, okay? Don't push yourself too hard. Progress is still progress, and you're still making progress even when you're not doing anything. Rest is a very, very important part to productivity. Don't forget that. Okay, let's see what the Empyrean wants to add here. Oh! My god. Those just flew out. I'm sorry if that... I'm pretty certain those hit my microphone. I'm sorry. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, these ones might be a little roasty. Yeah, these ones might be a tad a little roasty. Okay. Okay. First, we got Static. This is not one of the ones that flew out and hit my microphone. And, second one here is Balance, which very much goes in line with these two cards being together. Take action, but don't push yourself too hard. Balance being the key there. Sorry, Bree. Oh. And then the third one is Amend. I'm sorry, Bree. Yeah, I know the message of balance. It very much goes in line with the contradictory messages of the other two cards there. The other Oracle cards. Essentially, kind of warning you that, yes, continue, like, it's important to continue chasing your goals. Like, don't give those up. Don't, like, stop doing those things. But, pushing yourself too hard and not giving yourself that time to rest will lead to burnout. Will lead to you losing the desire to do those things, the desire... You will essentially lose that steam. Rest is important. Don't forget to do that. Okay, Static. The Earth is still rotating and moving beneath us, even when we can't feel or see it. We are always still on the move, even when we aren't. But the feeling of static, of being stuck, may be deeply uncomfortable. We each live in this space differently. You may feel completely shut down. You may feel like your cells are on fire. You may feel like your whole body has restless leg syndrome. Oftentimes, we are pushing up against our life with so much force we cannot see that we have space to move. This card asks you to zoom out and let your eyes readjust. It's okay. You will be open shortly. Just finishing up this last collective here. Our brains are so powerful, but they can keep us repeating the same pattern over and over again. And when we are in a place of being frozen or stuck, we cling to the old way of thinking. This is not to say push yourself out of this space. Try to bask in it instead. Make room for yourself in this stuckness. Let yourself lay down and look around. Stop pushing and start seeing. You may find that you want to rest a bit. You could also see the various paths that lay at your feet, ready for you to explore. You may sense that you are running parallel to a new way of being, one that you can jump to when you are ready. You get to decide where you will go from here, but in this moment, just let yourself see the possibility without feeling the need to move. So that one very much goes in line with that whole thing about, like, rest. This is why rest is important. This is why rest is important. And balance. The pendulum will keep swinging. Our lives will always be in flux, which is to say we will never achieve sustained balance. But perhaps we don't want balance. Maybe what we want is to have enough room to hold it all. Balance is the art of acknowledging both the good and the bad. It's not insisting on peace, but living with space for nuance, allowing for two polar opposites to exist together. When people say they want balance in their lives, what they really want is to feel balanced. To feel content and in harmony, grounded and stable. This neutrality can be found in non-reactivity, of not getting swept up or reactive, just letting life unfold and responding in the best way you know how. Our first instinct is often to categorize things. Good versus bad, healthy versus unhealthy, right versus wrong. But life and we ourselves are often everything. All of it exists within us. It is when we can accept this that we feel balanced. Yes. That's the important part to actually truly finding acceptance within ourselves. As accepting both the quote-unquote bad parts and the quote-unquote good parts. The bad does not negate the good. It might be. Yeah, that might be it. Probably is. And amend, I believe, is actually going to go very, very in line with the message of balance here. Oh, I just noticed that my camera froze. Hold on. My camera froze. One moment here. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. So, we have amend here, which I do believe is going to go very much in line with the message of balance there. Amend. No, my camera has apparently just been frozen for a bit. Even the strongest things can be fragile. Each moment can either build safety or destroy it. It can pull us further away or push us closer together. We can take our passions for granted or make too many demands of them, only to lose them altogether. Our razor tongue can slip and cut someone we love in a moment when they needed their wounds licked. To amend is to hold all that we care for and treat it with the respect it deserves. This may be preventative, but it may also be reparative. To tend to our past and diligently work to create the safety we once neglected. This is as much internal as it is external. We often inflict violence on ourselves far more than on others. Where in your life do you need softer hands? What needs to be stitched up? It's time to redress those gashes. So, every time I read this card, the part that sticks out to me is the line, "We often inflict violence on ourselves far more than on others." Which is very much true. Very much true. And sometimes, if you've hurt someone in the past, and you wish to make amends with them, first we have to make amends with ourselves. I'm sorry for you. Yep. You have to You have to forgive yourself. That's the very first and most important step for anything. Forgive yourself first. Because if you don't, any forgiveness that anyone else gives you probably isn't gonna fucking matter to you too much. Because you're going to think you don't deserve it anyway. Okay. For anyone who needs to hear that message, I hope it helps. And with that, let me go ahead and open the queue here. Okay, queue is now open. Still frame one. You still frame one that shit every time. It's okay. Okay. Are you ready, Adam? Okay. What message does Adam need to hear today? Yeah. Oh, we have a friend popping up here. Gonna take a guess as to what card it is? Nah. Close. He's on a different card, though. Okay. We got the Magician reversed. The Page of Swords reversed. And how dare you forget about him. The Sun. Poor Rob. No. Okay. So, this is kind of going in line with some of the messages specifically from the collectives earlier. Essentially, you're letting insecurities and your fears and self-doubt and all that shit get in your way, and it's causing delays. Essentially, that's the block that exists currently. Is you're letting those insecurities, those fears, those doubts get in your way here. You're not believing in yourself enough. Just keep doing your best to work through those. Keep doing your best to not act from that place of defensiveness. With the Page of Swords there. And also trust that better days are ahead, okay? This darkness will not last forever. It will not last forever. Also, for you specifically, there also may be a message to connect with a certain sun god there, so. Yeah. This is essentially telling you to keep doing that. Keep pushing through it. You will make progress. You will make progress. And if you need a little help there. You need a little help there, you know who to call on. He watches. What the Oracle deck wants to add here. Also, I just remembered there's a fucking specific card in here, and I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it pops out. You didn't get that card, but I saw it when I split the deck. There's a card for the Sun God in there. It's literally called Sun God. So you got Manifestation, Oracle, and Surrender. So, manifestation. Sometimes they come as a breeze upon your fingertips. At other times they dwell in the depths of your soul, which is a dance between you and spirit as the magic unfolds. Manifestation is happening all the time, whether you know it or not. Every word, thought, feeling, and action is in alignment with the energy of a future manifestation. This may seem ominous, for surely no one can control every passing thought. But with practice, you can shift your general perspective so that your words, thoughts, feelings, and actions are in alignment with your goals. It's a subtle shift at first, such as choosing to smile instead of frown, or supporting the success of others rather than spreading gossip. With time, you'll begin to unconsciously choose the behavior that supports your dreams. This is where the manifestation is happening. in the moments between spells and ceremonies, and it is in these in-between moments that you remind the universe of your commitment to your intentions. Manifestation has entered your spread because you have not followed through on your commitment to your goals. Ow. Which could be indicated by choosing anger when you have set an intention for kindness, or dwelling in a feeling of lack when you desire abundance. You've attracted more of what you do not desire simply because that is where you have placed your focus. Manifestation is here to encourage you to examine how you can be more in alignment with what you seek. If you are seeking love, then it is love you must send out into the world. If you are seeking wealth, you must focus on areas of your life in which you already feel a sense of abundance. And if it is success you are after, then focus on your previous accomplishments. As you seek the path of positive expression, you will begin to flow into the dance of manifestation, allowing the magic to unfold. Which that's very much going in line with the magician there. And the magician being reversed, specifically, because that's ultimately what the magician is all about. Manifestation. Creation. So. Yep. Ow. Also, yeah. That also brings up another point, too, with the Sun card. Telling you not to focus on the negative so much and focus more on the positive, okay? Oracle. Spirits of other worlds, tell me tales of the unknown, tell me tales of the forbidden. Keywords here are the spirits. You have received invitations from the spirits, your ancestors, and other benevolent otherworldly beings. They have been waiting for you to seek their wisdom. Access to the spirits is always available to you, but you must communicate with them in their language. They speak to you in the silence of nature, and symbols, and the moods that are all around you, and you may hear their whispers in the darkness of your mind. This is not an illusion, but is illuminated guidance being offered to you. Do not be afraid of the messages you see unfolding in your life, or of the beings who greet you, as they are here for your highest good, and will protect you against all other harmful beings. All you have to do is ask for their guidance and protection, and so you shall receive. Additionally, the spirits can step in to support you, and wish to do so. No problem is too big or too small, and they ask that you seek their guidance regularly. So, also, sign there to also connect with spirit more. Okay? Rely on them more. They're there to help. That's a reminder, okay? Like I said. There's also a certain someone there who could help you. So. Yeah. And surrender. There's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free of all that doesn't serve you. Keywords here are letting go. It is time to let go of the past, dear one. You are missing out on the blessings that are waiting to enter your life by holding on to old wounds, traumas, and hardships, which has prevented you from finding the beauty in the struggle and the lessons learned. While you cannot change the past, you can let it go and decide what your future will be. Regret will only hold you a prisoner, and dwelling on past mistakes will blind you to the truth of how beautiful you are. Know that your current situation cannot be resolved until you allow yourself to heal something from your past. Surrender has come to you to facilitate the healing that is long overdue. Any mistakes you've made or practice runs that have prepared you for success, and hurts you have experienced have strengthened you and slowly molded you into a diamond of worth. You can move forward knowing your past has given you the knowledge to be better prepared the next time around. Do not think your past makes you unworthy. Instead, know that you are deserving precisely because of all that you have faced. Okay, they're definitely just kind of being a little bit sassy with you today and calling you out just a tiny little bit. Particularly with that one. That one was a little oof. Yeah. Like, these two are definitely just kind of a little, like, oof. Pretty much just, like, essentially, we gotta be a little hard on you because we love you right now, okay? Just, yeah. Sure. I will. Just first gotta see what the Empyrean wants to throw at you. I'm sorry. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. Well. You have creation. That one's so pretty. Channel. And I sincerely apologize for this one. Oblivion. They're definitely being a little lovingly roasty currently. So let's see, where is creation? Goodness. So, creation. On the bridge of dream to reality, there is little as sacred as the space of creation. When you're dancing in galaxies of inspiration, stars leaking from your fingertips, knowing that you'll never get this moment back. When it's just you on the couch, tending to the fire that will soon be for everyone to see. Creation asks you to give yourself over, to get out of the way, to let something be born without hesitation. It asks you to stop hassling it, asking it where it will go and what it will do, if it will make you money or if people love it as much as you. Seeds don't ask God if their bloom will be Instagrammable. Let yourself live in the bubble. Don't open the door for the doubts that ring the bell. Close the window when you hear whispers asking what the point is. Let yourself get taken up completely. Let time slow, let light years pass. That one's definitely going in line with surrender. Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. Where's the one? Let's check. There it is. Channel. Woven into the unseen are energetic channels pulsing all around us. They roll like waves, each one a chamber to a new reality. It is up to us to decide which door we want to open. Sometimes you may feel that the doors you want are too far away, but you can try the nearest one. When we shift our state of being by 1 degree, moment to moment, or day to day, we are inching closer to the reality we want to live in. Start exactly where you are. Take an honest inventory of what channel you are on. Are you entrenched in fear? Are you skeptical? Are you feeling open? Channel is not just an invitation, but a demand. It demands that you see your power. You are entirely capable of getting where you want to be. Start exactly where you are and then shift the channel, little by little. Let yourself stretch out. Find the edges of your comfort zone, the place where you meet some resistance and feel yourself doubting. If you are stuck in fear, maybe saying, "I am safe," feels jarring, but "I am open to feeling safe" is both a challenge and a balm. This is not a momentary band-aid. This is a practice, one we must commit to continuously. Try to find enjoyment in catching yourself when you slip back to the old, dead channels. You may have to filter out people, places, and things that hold your old energy. Do not fear this transformation. Call upon the element of fire to aid you as you burn away what doesn't serve, to make space for the new. Continue to unashamedly reach for the channels that you have yet to unlock that will offer new, more joyful experiences. Okay, that card pretty much just kind of fucking proves a thought that I had. There's something that you and I are going to do together later. Do you remember the card from the Isis Oracle? That involves a certain someone? We're doing that later. I randomly had that thought cross my head earlier. I thought back to that card. Okay, and Oblivion. The price of refusing to see can be steep. We end up living in a house made out of matches. Our minds become combustible and fragile. Oblivion asks you to look now before it's too late. Wherever you have been skirting things under the rug or pushing off to the next day, it is time to confront them. The Oblivion is often laced with ego, the areas in our life where we have told ourselves that we were in the right, everyone else is wrong. Where we think we are better and more evolved than others. But really, we are all human. No person will ever be perfect or have it all together. When we stay in the Oblivion, it is typically coming from a place of deep insecurity. We make band-aids out of our progress. I manifested this, so it means I have worked through that old pattern. Our brain simplifies the work, so we don't have to accept the fact that we will never get there. The place where we have nothing left to work on. But if you can accept that you will never arrive, it releases the pressure you're living within, creating an escape from the Oblivion. Is this a large pattern for you? Or maybe you just have a single black hole you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, now is the time to explore it. Ow. Definitely getting some Thera-Pets cards after those. Okay. Enough with the toasting and charring. What nice things do you have to say? Oh, ah. Wow. Hold on. That one just flew across my room. Oh. Okay. So, we have 5 here, because a bunch of them decided just like to just fly out in a row. So, one of them shot itself like all the way across my room and hit my fucking dresser. Anyway. Feeling worried doesn't mean anything bad is going to happen. You're going to get through this fine. You always find a way. Going in line with that, we have everything is scary and you feel vulnerable, but that doesn't mean anything is going to go wrong. Anxious feelings aren't usually indicative of reality. And then this one's especially important. And it definitely, there were hints of that in like a few of the cards here. There's no rule that says you have to have everything figured out right now. Every step forward is progress. It's all going to work out fine. And the one that shot itself across my room, just do your best. It will be enough. Exactly. Always it's progress. Okay? They want to remind you that progress is progress. Even if you can't see it, just trust it's there and just keep pushing through. Just keep trying. They're just kind of lovingly calling you out here, just like, bitch. The fuck are you doing? Why are you being so hard on yourself? Like, you're still making progress. What the fuck? Okay. So, I hope that message helps. I'm sorry they got a little... If it was a little past roasty, they kind of charred you a little bit. I'm sorry. Okay, good. But yes, try to remind me later and we'll do that ritual, okay? Is that about what it was like when your mom scolded your ass a few days ago? I imagine it was a little bit like that. That wouldn't surprise me if that was her again. Because that definitely felt like a mom just being like, child, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, are you ready, Bree? Yeah, I understand that one, Bree. I understand. I understand. Okay, let's see here. Ugh. What message does Bree need to hear today? Oof. Okay. You have nothing to worry about, Bree, because I'm actually being very, very loving to you right now, okay? So we got the Knight of Coins. We got the Emperor. And we also have the Empress, okay? So, Bree. You're on the right track here, okay? You're on the right track here. Just keep taking those practical steps towards your goals, okay? Keep taking that action towards your goals, okay? You got this shit. The Emperor here is here to remind you, you got this shit. You're in control. You're on top of it. You got it. Just don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? Okay? Don't forget to take care of yourself. Nurture yourself. Love yourself. Care for yourself. Okay? That one was pretty straightforward. Okay, let's see what the Oracle deck wants to add here. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, you got a few here. So most of the message you're getting tonight is coming from the Oracle cards. Because this one was very straightforward, and that was about all I had to say about that. You got Primal. This is from the one that we got in the first collective. Pretty sure Maypole was either in the first or the second. Then we have chant, boundaries, and honey. So, we got a lot here for you. So, I know the message of most of these too, so. But, let's see what we got. Okay. Primal. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Keyword here is acceptance. There is a primal force flowing through each of us. You feel it when your tummy rumbles, and you feel the urge to eat, or when sexual desires overcome you while sharing a kiss with your beloved. These urges guide you to seek shelter when it rains, to cover up when you are cold, and to run when you are afraid. And while these urges are seen as being necessary for survival, other urges such as honoring your wild, uninhibited self and raw nature are not always welcome in modern society. However, they are equally essential to living. The Primal card is here to challenge you to let go of who you think you're supposed to be, so you can become who you really are. If you have felt confused, stagnant, or lacking in motivation, or have a general sense that you are going nowhere, it may be because you are trying to follow a path that isn't truly meant for you. Consider whether you are living to please others, doing what is expected of you rather than what brings you joy and fulfillment. Alternatively, if you find that you are in alignment with your current goals, consider whether you've been trying to emulate others rather than expressing your true self. You may have similar goals as another person, but you do not have to go about achieving them in the same ways. Trust that who you are is more than enough without having to change your core nature to adapt or fit in. So, that comes with the reminder to continue doing things for yourself, not because anyone else expects you to. Do things because you enjoy them. And also don't compare yourself or your progress, your path, whatever to anyone else, okay? And the last line there in particular. Trust that who you are is more than enough without having to change your core nature or adapt to fit in. Those that value you will not ask you to tone yourself down. Okay? Be you. Be you. Be your lovely, wonderful self, and don't let anyone tell you that you don't belong, that you don't fit in, and especially that you're a fucking horrible person. And Maple. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. Keyword here is celebration. Don't wait for happiness to find you. You can choose to be happy right now at this moment. I get the sentiment, but happiness is not a choice. Especially when you deal with, various mental illnesses and a lot of other things. Trauma to just various things. Get the sentiment. Not quite right, though. Sing, dance, spend time with loved ones, and celebrate just because you're alive and you can. Focus on enjoying life and doing what gives you warmth to your soul. Good. The situation you have inquired about is still developing. No amount of stress or worry will fix your circumstances, but you may find yourself with a sudden spark of inspiration once you allow your doubts to fall away. Solutions can come in the most unexpected ways and will often do so when you give your fears to the universe so you can go out and play. Essentially, kind of emphasizing that whole message of taking time for yourself and giving yourself time to rest. That's why that rest is important. The universe takes pride in your willingness to trust in its powers, to move mountains on your behalf. You will be rewarded for this trust, and all will be well. Do not think you must obsess over your circumstances to overcome them, and nor must you spend every waking thought on your intentions to manifest them. Let the universe know what you need, then go... Let the universe know what you need, then go and allow yourself to embrace the joys of living. So, everything doesn't always have to be work. Everything doesn't always have to be contributing to your goals, making progress towards your goals. Rest is very, very important to productivity, okay? Rest is one of the most productive things that you can do, in fact. And then we have chant. Hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am here in my truth. Totally. Do things that you enjoy. Have fun. Keywords here are speaking your truth. Communication isn't just about listening. It's true that you must be willing to hear different sides of a story and give others their space to be heard. But you also need your time to share what is within your soul. You have pulled chant because your voice needs to be heard. There is a strength and authority in you that is not... There is a strength and authority in you that is ready to take charge of your situation. Not only that, but you may find others have been looking to you for guidance, and your willingness to share your truth gives others permission to share theirs as well. It's like hearing a sudden voice in a room of silence singing the beginning of a moving song. Then one by one, others join in until the room is full of the melodic thunder. You have more influence than you probably realize, and it's time for you to step up by allowing others to see that you will be silenced no more. So yes, yeah, I remember that. So, sharing your story, sharing your perspectives is one of the most important things that you can do. Your story has value. And I know that's something that you're trying to do with your platform too. So this is absolutely just kind of your sign to keep doing that, and that it's very important, okay? Just keep doing that. Keep doing that. Okay? And then, boundaries. Sewn into the parts of who you are, for they are not to be crossed. Keywords here are self-respect. Self-love can be expressed in many different ways. Sometimes it needs to manifest in a spa day with girlfriends, getting up to exercise, or sleeping in later than usual, while at other times it manifests in a need to set and enforce boundaries so that no one person completely drains you of your energy. No one is allowed or even needs to take all of you. No one has the right to demand all of your time, energy, or resources, or any parts of who you are. It isn't selfish to want to keep some things for yourself, as doing so is a show of self-respect and an understanding that you cannot give what you don't have. Imagine trying to give more of your time when you don't have enough in the day to do what's already on your plate. Imagine spending more money when you're already in debt, or giving more of your energy to make someone else happy when you've been depressed for a very long time. You've pulled boundaries because you were giving too much of yourself away without recharging your batteries. You were encouraged to say no more often, or at the very least, not right now. Know that this is for the good of everyone in your personal orbit, that you will have so much more to give once you are in a proper place of balance. Additionally, make sure to follow through with any boundaries you've set, as other people will push your limits to see how much you are willing to bend to their desires. Stay committed to yourself and stand your ground. So, continue. Yeah. That's okay, Bree. It may be necessary sometimes. But also trust that there will be more opportunities and more abundance in your future, okay? Just remember that part. It won't always be like this. Yeah, I know that one all too well, okay? You can ask Adam there. He was in that position, and it cost him a lot. Also, if you're curious, by the way, I saw someone use the current dex command. The deck that this is, if you're wondering, it's Seasons of the Witch, Beltane. Welcome. So, don't forget to don't forget that your needs matter too, Bree. Okay? From experience, I can tell you that not really taking that into consideration and shoving away your own needs because you wish to take care of someone else, someone close to you, someone that you love and that you would do anything for. That can cost you greatly, because that's ultimately what happened with us, and that's why we're in this position currently. Not saying that that would ever happen to you, by the way. Just a word of warning, more so. And honey. The sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pull, oh so beautifully lethal. Oh. So, that one right there, that one particularly is something that Mr. Sass likes telling me a lot. Those are directly his words. So, yeah. That's something he tells me a lot. So the key word here is sweetness. You've probably heard the phrase, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, which easily applies to manifestation, magic, and even healing. Your soul attracts more with positivity, love, and compassion than it does anger, frustration, and sadness. So if you have found yourself in a period of unrest, jealousy, heartache, or fear, know that the path to healing yourself is through allowing sweetness to swell within your being. Rejoice in the success and good fortune of others. Celebrate the good in your life rather than focusing on what's wrong or broken. Find compassion and forgiveness for those who have brought you pain. Each act of sweetness repairs the breaks in your heart, leading you on the journey towards restoration. Your abundance will be tenfold when you walk the path of sweetness, even if you have not felt much heartache and are currently experiencing a period of good fortune. The more you lean into kindness of heart, the more increase you shall see return to you. An increase of love, wealth, health, or joy, or all of the above. Exactly. So, you're already on your you're already well on your way to that, okay? Essentially, continue doing this for yourself, okay? Continue doing this. This is how you continue making those changes for yourself. How you continue making progress for yourself. Keep sharing that love with others, but also don't forget to give it to yourself, okay? Because you're important too. And with that, let's see finally what the Empyrean wants to add here. Nope. No. We got one here for you. Apparently all it wants to give. We got portal. Portal says, Your mind is a landscape that you get to travel. And when you pay attention, you quickly become aware of the things that make it feel like dredging along in rugged terrain, as opposed to walking through a meadow. We have all experienced the moments where we hear a song or smell a particular scent, and we are transported to another time and place. In other words, we enter a portal. When we can learn to create these portals for ourselves, life becomes more enchanting. Often the problem is simply our willingness to take the first step. Everyday portals can be choices, feelings, conversations, music, or quite literally anything you decide. For someone who is wanting to be healthier, cooking themselves dinner is a portal to a new way of being. It is not simply the action, but the feelings that come along with it that can open up an entirely new experience. The portal asks you to open your eyes. View each moment as a portal to the next. Where can you go? Which one do you want to step through? Where channels are often more thought and feeling oriented, portals also include action. Do not buy into any of the doubts you may be feeling. These old patterns are attempting to prevent you from growing. It's time to step boldly in the direction you want to go in. Really? That's interesting. That's actually really cool. And the last line here is, last two lines here are essentially the ones that stand out the most to me. Do not buy into any of the doubts you may be feeling. These old patterns are attempting to prevent you from growing. It's time to step boldly in the direction you want to go in. Those two lines are the most important there. So, don't give in to those doubts. Don't give in to those worries. Don't give in to those fears. Those are just old patterns talking. It's okay if you slip up. It's okay if you regress back to some of those old mindsets. But you're making good progress. So just keep going. Yeah. You absolutely can, Bree. I know you can. So, I hope that message helps. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And with that, I'll go ahead and issue a last call for Q here, if anyone wants to join. I'll leave it open for a few more minutes here. Ah, so I need to take a drink of tea. Joining the queue to get a reading. Okay. Thank you, Bree. Okay. I'll go ahead and close the queue here. Okay, you ready? That's okay. Okay, what does Veros need to hear today? Okay. Oh, you're all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we have 7 of Wands. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Nine of Wands. Knight of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. The Devil reversed. And the 10 of Wands reversed. So, yeah, the Devil reversed and the 10 of Wands reversed are kind of pointing towards, yeah, so essentially, the Devil reversed is asking you to let go of, do your best to let go of these ways in which you're limiting yourself, these shackles that you're putting on yourself. To let go of these, like, feelings of these feelings of doubt and such. And the Ten of Wands reversed is essentially, it's very interesting that you use the word, like, that you say your brain keeps telling you that you're a burden and that you're awkward. Because the Ten of Wands is actually, specifically, signifies being overburdened. And, essentially, being overburdened, taking on, like, more than you can handle and kind of not accepting help, specifically. So it's interesting that that card pops up when you say that you're feeling like a burden and you're looking to be more social. So, essentially, just do your best to let go of those doubts. Do your best to let go of those ways in which you're limiting yourself here with these cards here. The Seven of Wands is here to signify the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands are essentially here. You have a lot of, I just noticed, you have a lot of wand energy here. So, essentially, yeah, there's a lot of fiery energy here. The Seven of Wands specifically is telling you to keep going. The Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands, actually, are telling you to keep going. Keep pushing through, keep persevering, okay? You'll get the results that you want here. The results that you want here are possible. The Knight of Wands and overall this wand energy, but specifically coming from this Knight of Wands, is telling you to be more courageous. Be more courageous. Be more confident. Okay? Be more confident in yourself. More confident and do your best to be more fearless. You got this shit, okay? Like, you've already been socializing a little bit here, okay? With complete strangers, people that you don't really know. Yeah, Bree's really good with puns. Puns and dad jokes. That sort of humor. She's great at those things. Hey, they're not bad jokes. They're still funny. So essentially, to the best of your abilities, just keep pushing through with this goal, okay? Keep working towards it. Keep pushing through. Don't give up on it, okay? To the best of your abilities, continue doing your best to be as confident and as fearless as you can. And let go of those fears and those worries and those doubts and all of those self-limiting beliefs that you place on yourself, okay? All that negativity that you're weighing yourself down. I can guarantee you that you don't deserve the negative things that you tell yourself, okay? It's definitely not easy. It is definitely not easy. And that is one that I still struggle with myself. Which you would think might not really make much sense, because how could I if I'm streaming? But like, I struggle with myself every fucking day, and every time that I go to stream, I get so much fucking anxiety, and I tell myself that I'm not going to do any good, that I'm going to be, like, terrible. And yet, every time I do, I'm proven wrong. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see what let's see what the Oracle deck wants to add here. Hello. Well, I get the sense that the Ten of Wands card was more of a thing more associated with the whole feeling like you're a burden thing. So, well, yes, the overburden thing works because you're overburdening yourself with anxieties and worries and self-doubts, and it's not good. And it's not something you deserve. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. We got here. Interesting. You got Bonfire. And you also got B. These popped out together. Cards 2 and 1. Okay. Let's see. Bonfire. It is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration. Attack by flaming bees. Yes, there's a different interpretation there. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. That was honestly quite funny. Even if it wasn't intentional, it was still very funny. So the key word here is remembrance. In ancient days, all fires would be extinguished and a giant community fire created to represent the sun's power. The bonfire served as a reminder to seek growth, fertility, and abundance, and to remember that dark days would be followed by light, and all would be well again. In this way, bonfires represent a remembrance of the light within your spirit, a call to reclaim your inner power. Are you full of inspiration and dreams but fail to take action? We all have an inner power, but if left unused, this power sinks into the background. Allowing your inner force to dwindle can lead to undesirable side effects such as low self-esteem, lack of motivation, negative feelings, or stagnation and confusion. The more your power is left unused, the less confidence you might have to seek out the dreams that are your right to claim. Bonfire brings you the gift of remembering the force within you and guides you to act upon the desires within your heart. This is a card of strong, forceful action, and when it comes to your spread, it is a sign that your plans, ideas, or dreams are likely to lead to success. Like all fires, your dreams must be tended to, or the flame will go out. Do not let your flame extinguish, for each time you do, it will become more challenging to light again. So essentially, going very in line with that fire energy too. This is also again saying too that the things that you're looking for here are attainable. You can achieve these things. So there are friends to be found out there. There are friends to be found out there. Just do your best to believe in yourself, to have that self-confidence, and just be true to yourself. And B, don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore. Key word here is possibilities. When in doubt, summon the flaming bees. Every day, thousands and thousands of hardworking bees travel miles in search of pollen to bring back to the hive as nourishment. Perhaps bee would rather stay inside the hive out of fear of being a tiny little creature in a big wide world. But bee knows it cannot build without the right resources, and that it must be willing to leave the comforts of home in search of more. Bee has sought you out today to remind you to be willing to put yourself out there. The universe will provide for your needs, but you must be willing to step outside the box. There is never just one source, and always many possibilities waiting for you. One lost opportunity will be replaced by another, but perhaps wrapped in different packaging. And one relationship gone will be filled with the love of someone who can better attend to your needs, even if this new love is the exact opposite of your usual type. Just as bee travels from flower to flower, you too may need to try different avenues and trust your inner wings to guide you until your potential is distributed to the right place. As you reach beyond your familiar boundaries, you will begin to expand your idea of what is good, right, and possible. The further you extend yourself, the more resources, tools, people, and opportunities you shall find. Be reminded to keep an open mind, as doing what you've always done will get you what you already have. Consider avenues you would never dream of embracing. You may find a whole new field of flowers from which to pick. So, essentially, there was one line in there, particularly, that stuck out to me. Bee has sought you out today to remind you to be willing to put yourself out there. So, just be willing to put yourself out there. Okay? There are, again, overall, what you seek here is possible. Just do your best to be confident and not focus too much on those worries. Sounds like there are many opportunities and many friends to find. So, just keep doing your best to put yourself out there. But also remember that, also remember too that, you're probably not going to get along with everyone. And that's where the staying true to yourself part comes in too. If they don't value you, they're probably not worth your time. Well, if they don't value you, they're definitely not worth your time. So, if they don't really like you, don't try to convince someone of your worth. those who actually value you, well, they'll stick around. So. Okay. And let's see what the Empyrean Oracle wants to add. Okay. So we have four here for you. We have creation, we have grip, we have mystery, and we have attract. So, creation. On the bridge of dream to reality, there is little as sacred as the space of creation. When you're dancing in galaxies of inspiration, stars leaking from your fingertips, knowing that you'll never get this moment back. When it's just you on the couch, tending to the fire that will soon be for everyone to see. Creation asks you to give yourself over, to get out of the way, to let something be born without hesitation. It asks you to stop hassling it, asking it where it will go, and what it will do, if it will make you money or if people will love it just as much as you. Seeds don't ask God if their bloom will be Instagrammable. Let yourself live in that bubble. Don't open the door for the doubts that ring the bell. Close the window when you hear whispers asking what the point is. Let yourself get taken up completely. Let time slow, let light years pass. So the part that sticks out the most to me is the last paragraph here. Don't open the door for the doubts that ring the bell. Close the window when you hear whispers asking what the point is. So essentially, don't give in to those doubts, okay? Do your best not to give in to those doubts. And do your best to trust that everything will work out. And that what you see here is possible. And then we have grip. Grip is the 911 call. It's immediate, it's urgent. Before we can work on trust, before we can truly shift our mindset, we must stop. Anyone who is familiar with addiction and sobriety will tell you that the first step is to stop using. It is only then that the thinking, that which keeps someone sober, can truly be addressed. But the first step is the stop. It's time to open that clenched fist. To no longer put reality into a box and let it bloom on its own. When we are always working to be the composer of life around us, we may not be able to hear the music. We want to play along with it, to ebb and flow with it, to witness its unfolding without attempting to make it what we want. There will always be things we can control and things we can't. We can control how much gas we put into our car, but we can't control the price. The medicine within this card is a deep breath. It's inviting you to clear your head. It's letting you know that you can stop whatever it is that's creating suffering for you right now, and just be present for a moment. So this also kind of goes in line with that message of creation there of letting go of those limits you're placing on yourself, letting go of those ways in which you tear yourself down, the things you tell yourself, like you can't do it, you're a burden, it's not possible, so why bother? Just do your best to let those go, because those are just going to continue getting in your way and prevent you from living the life that you want to and having the things that you want to in life. Also, I'm sorry, but Q is closed for tonight. Though I will be doing a collective here shortly, though, if you wish to stick around and see if it has anything for you. And mystery. Do not try to strain your eyes. Let the picture come into focus on its own time. It's a practice, coaxing our eagerness to sleep and letting ourselves just enjoy the unfolding. But imagine you were the first person to see the northern lights, standing in the bitter cold with otherworldly colors dancing around you. You likely wouldn't jump to trying to figure out what they were. You would sit in awe. Let yourself be that in awe of your own life. Let yourself lose language and logic and conclusions and see it all with your eyes wide. Be curious. Let yourself take wrong turns. Hit the dead ends. Double back a couple times. Embrace the mystery. You will never have it all figured out. Relish in that. So, essentially, that one to me is saying, yeah, you may hit some like obstacles along the way. You might experience some setbacks, but it's okay. Like I said, those that actually value you, for who you are, will actually stick by you. So if you ever encounter along this journey someone who doesn't, they don't value you, or that you have to try to prove your worth to them or something, they're not for you. And you can't please everyone anyway, so. And then the last one here is attract. To attract is to enter the spiral dance. Contrary to what many viral online creators will tell you, to attract, to be aligned, is to decide to live in a construction site. It is not nearly as one-dimensional as it seems and extends far beyond the vision board. When we begin to focus on what we want, we are often met with what we don't. We open the door only to find an old pattern staring us in the face. It is our first temptation. We may want to feed it because it feels comfortable and familiar, but the magic is in letting it starve. It is closing the door in its face and saying, I don't know what will happen next, but I know I want something different. We may then move a little bit closer to what we want, but not quite. We may toy with it, letting it play out until we cut it loose and move on again. Each step is moving us closer to our true desire, the experience we really want to have. It is not a straight line, so do not get discouraged when you engage in energies that feel lower than what you want to have. Trust yourself enough to know when to stop. We must let ourselves get reborn again and again in this process, so do not expect to arrive. You will fall and skin your knees, but get up and keep smiling. The key to attracting is play. Let yourself enjoy the game, come alive in the dance while stretching toward the stars. Again, that one kind of goes in line with the other card there. You may stumble along the way, you may come across some obstacles along the way, but don't let that discourage you. Don't let that discourage you. So overall, essentially, just keep pushing through this. Keep trying to push through those self-doubts and do your best to not focus on them too much. And trust that even if you may encounter some obstacles along the way, some setbacks along the way, that you will find what you seek here, okay? Just keep being confident in yourself. Keep putting yourself out there. And don't give up. Those that value you will stick around. And just remember, you will find what you seek here. Okay? That's the key takeaway here. Just trust that you will find what you seek. Just keep putting yourself out there and being as confident to the best of your abilities. I know that's really hard to do, and I know it's really easy to want to give in to those fears. But you can do it. Yeah. That's ultimately... Not the flaming bees. That's usually what I... that's kind of what I operate under with tarot readings in general, is they're meant to make you think a little bit. Meant to help you figure out what it is within you that perhaps you could be letting go of, like those negative feelings, that negative self-talk. Those don't do anyone any good. That, or they help you figure out what it is that you truly want out of something. Because, even if you get a reading you don't like, the key thing to remember is that nothing is set in stone. There's always time to change things. Always. So, that doesn't just apply to tarot readings, though. That applies to just everything in general. It's never too late to change something. Never. So yeah. Just in general. Just, try to let go of those worries, that self-doubt, and those limits that you place on yourself. So I can guarantee you don't deserve it. So. And it may take time to find that confidence, but that's okay. It's something that I've been working at for a long time, and I'm still not there. I've still experienced setbacks, but I still keep trying. I still keep trying. There are some days that I really just don't feel like this is the right space for me, or that this is the right thing for me to be doing, but when I'm able to work through that and just stream anyway, I usually find that I was wrong, so. Confidence is hard. It's hard. Especially if you've ever had people in your life telling you otherwise, telling you all those things. Sometimes, unfortunately, those things, those negative things that we tell ourselves can come from those closest to us. Those who should have been supportive of us, like our parents or family in general, or people who we once thought were friends. I'm actually gonna pull you a Thera-Pets card too. These are just little affirmations with cute animals attached to them. So we'll see what affirmations this deck has for you. Of course. Thank you for joining. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, we have 3 very fitting cards here. There's no need to be so hard on yourself. You're managing as best as you can. What did I just say? You're doing fine. Don't give up. And you have survived every day of your life so far. Do you really think today will be the one that defeats you? I also like that there are a lot of reds and oranges in these cards too. They're very much going in line with that fiery energy. So, you got this shit. Don't be hard on yourself. Do your best to be confident. You'll find what you seek. So, I hope that message helps. I know there was probably a lot to take in there. But, when the cards speak, I do my best not to silence them, even if there's a lot to take in. So. Good, I'm glad. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna close out with one final collective here. So, for those who might not know, by the way, a collective reading means it can apply to everyone. So, if there's anything in this message that you identify with, take it. So, what message would you like to close us out with tonight? Oh, my goodness. Okay. We have 2 of coins, King of coins, 10 of wands, and 2 of cups. So, the 2 of coins here, is essentially telling me, that remember to prioritize the things that matter. This is likely going to be yourself. Prioritize the things that matter. That includes you. Your needs matter. Okay? Okay? The King of Coins here is a reminder that, doing this will essentially help you in your pursuit of your goals, okay? And finding success in your goals. Okay? Along this path, though, the Ten of Wands is here to remind you. Ten of Wands is here to remind you not to take on too much. Don't take on too much, and don't forget that you don't have to do this alone, okay? This is not a burden that you have to carry alone. Rely on those that are close to you. Rely on the ones that matter, okay? And if this is something you're seeking, just, again, trust that that will come to you, okay? I'm sorry, Fee. Let's see. The Oracle deck wants to add here. These two again. And then we have Maypole and Morning Dew. Okay. Maypole. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. Keyword here is celebration. Don't wait for happiness to find you. You can choose to be happy right now at this moment. Sing, dance, spend time with loved ones, and celebrate just because you're alive and you can. Focus on enjoying life and doing what gives warmth to your soul. The situation you've inquired about is still developing. No amount of stress or worry will fix your circumstances, but you may find yourself with a sudden spark of inspiration once you allow your doubts to fall away. Solutions can come in the most unexpected ways, and will often do so when you give your fears to the universe, so you can go out and play. The universe takes pride in your willingness to trust in its power to move mountains on your behalf. You will be rewarded for this trust, and all will be well. Do not think you must obsess over your circumstances to overcome them, and nor must you spend every waking thought on your intentions to manifest them. Let the universe know what you need, then go and allow yourself to embrace the joys of living. So again, trust that these things you seek, trust that this abundance that you're looking after, the goals that you're working towards, they will come to you. Okay? Just trust in that. Do your best not to worry about it. And don't forget to have fun along the way. And Morning Dew. What stillness does the silence of one's steadiness bring? Keyword here is stillness. Take a pause, dear one, for right now is not the time for action. There is plenty moving around you that is causing you to feel unrooted and lacking in direction. When this happens, it is because you are still in the transition stage. There's often a desire to skip past the dark, murky parts of the journey, but there is value in the moments when nothing seems clear. There is more to learn, embrace, or consider before making any future plans. Attempting to force any changes now will only result in more frustration, and perhaps you may end up going backwards. You will know when the time is right to move ahead because clarity and sureness will return to you. Rather than focusing on the future, turn your gaze to what is immediately in front of you. Now is a good time to detox either in your home or in other areas of your life. Clearing out whatever is no longer useful to you will stimulate additional shifts and make room for what is yet to come. So, going in line with that, this is also kind of telling you, again, it specifically mentions it not being time for action. Periods of rest are very important towards productivity and actually achieving your goals, okay? So don't forget to stop, take a break, and enjoy yourself as you're actually working towards these goals. And as it mentions at the very end there too, do your best to live in the present. While yes, you should be working to set up your goals for the future, don't not forget to live in the present, okay? Then let's see what the Empyrean wants to add. We have haze, and grip. Haze. Like being backed into a corner, being chewed at and feeling like you have nowhere to go. The haze can be all-encompassing. It's waking up feeling mangled, flayed open, but not knowing how it happened or how to put a stop to it. This darkness can feel overwhelming and confusing, leaving us blind, grasping for straws. The danger of this space is that our mind can dig the hole deeper and deeper without us realizing it. The pathways in our brain get stronger and stronger the more we walk them. When we are continually searching, trying to figure it out, or get out of it, that path becomes the default. Powerlessness becomes our primary state of being, and soon we are a race car, looping around the same track, careening out of control despite trying to get better. The key is in slowing down, letting the alarms ring out in your head, but not rushing to them. Before we can move forward, we have to meet ourselves where we are at. We must accept it and let ourselves hit that bottom we are trying to avoid. Because the haze will bring you to your knees over and over again, begging for relief, but until we stop fighting, we won't find it. But when we lay down our swords, when we quiet our desperation, the desperation in our gut, we can build our staircase. Ironically, it is when we say enough that our fight truly begins. We can then climb step by step, thought by thought, until our heads are peeking out above the haze. So, essentially, breaking out of these mindsets, breaking out of these patterns is going to take time. It takes practice. It's okay to just be. Okay? And it's going to take a lot of work to break out of those mindsets, okay? To break out of those patterns. That's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. And grip. Grip is the 911 call. It's immediate. It's urgent. Before we can work on trust, before we can truly shift our mindset, we must stop. Anyone who is familiar with addiction and sobriety will tell you that the first step is to stop using. It is only then that the thinking, that which keeps someone sober, can truly be addressed. But the first step is the stop. It is time to open the clenched fist, to no longer put reality into a box and let it bloom on its own. When we are always working to be the composer of life around us, we may not be able to hear the music. We want to play along with it, to ebb and flow with it, to witness its unfolding without attempting to make it what we want. There will always be things we can control and things we can't. We can control how much gas we put in our car, but we can't control the price. The medicine within this card is a deep breath. It is inviting you to clear your head. It is letting you know that you can stop whatever it is that's creating suffering for you right now and just be present for a moment. that last line there also kind of goes in line with the whole, like, living in the present thing. Yes, it can. It indeed can be. I'm sorry, queue is closed for tonight. So, do your best to just be, okay? Do your best not to fight against these thoughts. Fight against those old patterns. Fighting against them too hard can just kind of cause more problems. By fighting against them, really I mean, like, when you encounter them again and you so desperately just want to be rid of them, you kind of end up being a little bit too hard on yourself. And just kind of tell yourself that, like, these should be gone, why are they coming back? It happens, okay? That's not undoing the progress. That's not you going backwards. It happens sometimes. And when it does, don't be too hard on yourself, because that's counterproductive. Just do yourself to be, or just do your best to be. My goodness, I cannot talk today. Do your best to just be. To just sit with those things and... I guess so, yeah. I don't know what my mouth is trying to say there, thank you. But, just do your best to be with those. Just sit with them, do your best to counter those. By telling yourself that those thought patterns, they aren't you, they aren't who you want to be. Be compassionate with yourself when you encounter those again. Don't be harsh on yourself. Like, I frequently encounter those, I very frequently still encounter those thought patterns. Some days it's easier than others. On rough days, I'm very, very harsh on myself. And in those moments, I just kind of have to tell myself that those things aren't true. Those things aren't true. Frequently, it's just, you know, thoughts of, you know, like, for instance, you know, like, why do I bother with this? Am I really doing any good here? What's the point in all this? Is anything I'm doing helping? Why am I always such a burden on people? Why don't people like me? Am I really worth the love that people give me? Things like that, essentially. And I just have to tell myself in those moments that they're not true. I am worth those things. I am deserving of those things. I am helping. And I'm not a burden. So. And very frequently I have to remind myself that doing things for myself and chasing the things that make me happy, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with choosing the things that make me happy. Pursuing the things that make me happy. And pursuing the people who make me happy too, so. Being hard on yourself when you struggle with those thoughts is counterproductive. It's best to just counter them with compassion. And to me, compassion isn't just about being, you know, like loving, caring, or nurturing. It's also about being understanding. That is a very, very key point for me in the meaning of compassion. But anyway, if you needed to hear that message, I hope it helps. I tend to ramble the longer stream goes. I understand that, Bree. I definitely understand that one. That's why I've, like, been so resistant to, like, actually accepting all the things that Mr. Sass likes to tell me. In particular. So much so that he practically had to fucking scream at me that one night to just let him, you know, fucking nurture me and love me. So I get that. That's like one of my biggest fears, is that that I'm missing the point of something, or that I'm letting ego get in the way, when quite the contrary. I don't have an ego problem, in the sense that, you know, it's, yeah. I have the opposite of an ego problem, because I have, like, very little self-confidence. I have very little self-worth. I still doubt to this day that anything I'm doing is actually helpful. Which is why he has to scream at me so much. Also, thank you. I do appreciate that. So, I hope the message helped. And with that, it is unfortunately time for me to go. I need to go get some food. Probably go make another nice cup of tea. And go relax in bed for a little bit. Or probably go play something, honestly. It's probably gonna go play Borderlands too. Because I started replaying that again. So. Thank you all for stopping by. Whether you joined the queue, talked in chat, or just lurked, I appreciate you sharing your time with me. I hope to see you all again soon. But bye for now.